This is the process of getting unique web fonts from Google Fonts to get it #1 in your Photoshop design or whatever program you're using, and also transferring it onto your web page. So I'm going to start off with Photoshop first off, and here's my Photoshop example design, and I select the title font, and as you can see it's called Great Vibes. Now I have Great Vibes installed on my computer, but a lot of times you're not going to have the fonts that you want installed on your computer. So what you would do is you would go to google.com/fonts, and I'll just type that out. And as you can see here, there are 818 fonts in Google Fonts. It gives us a lot more choices. What I'm looking for specifically is a font that I know. However, there's a lot of filters that you can run. You can choose serif, sans serif, display, handwriting. You can kind of search through all of those fonts. I'm looking for Great Vibes, so I'm just going to type that in there. As you can see, that pops up here. There's a little plus sign there. There's also ways you can change the font weight and so forth. But basically what you want to do is you want to click the little plus sign. What that does is it creates a little bar at the bottom of the page here. You click the bar, and then it gives you all the information you need to know. The first thing I need to do is download the font. So you do the process of that. Search for the font where it downloads. For me, it's probably in the downloads folder. And there's my package. And there's the actual font. Now what you do is you double click the font. Now I already have mine installed, so I'm not gonna do this twice, but I'm basically going to click install font, and it installs it on my system. Once that happens, you go back to Photoshop or whatever program you're using, and you look through your font library until you find the font. It should be here. If you don't see it, a lot of times, a couple of things I have some issues with. Google Fonts has been usually pretty consistent, but sometimes if you restart the program, that will help too if you don't see it right off the bat. Okay. Now that I have it installed on my system, I can work with that in my Photoshop. However, when I go over to Dreamweaver now, I have to do a second step, which means that I have to call the font in from the Google server and then apply it. Sorry, that's my page there. I have to apply it to my styles and so forth. So there are two pieces of code I need to copy in here. So I go back to Google Fonts, and you'll see underneath the download, you'll see the embed. And there are two options. There's the @import, and this is what we did with the typography journal. And then the standard, this is the easy way to do it, is just to click or select this line of code right here, copy it, go back to your web page, paste it. What this does is it calls in the font from the Google server, which is pretty efficient, so it works well. And then secondly, you copy the style attribute. I had this already set up here, so my H1 will have this, and all you do is you just copy paste, and this brings in the Great Vibes there. Now I have to go to Live View to actually see it, and there's your Great Vibes font. So that's the process from the design start and then the web finish.